Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm going to show you how you can use ChatGPT with the new domain. Uh, with the new, sorry, I don't know if my microphone is working. Let me try this again. Hey, what's up, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can use ChatGPT with the domain name plugin to help you find unique domains. Now, in this video, I'm going to be looking for a new domain for my prompt engineering work that I'm doing, and I'm interested in a domain, something like promptengineering.com. Now, when I went to Google Domains, I searched for prompt engineering, and of course, promptengineering.com is already taken, so is the .net and .org. But I'm wondering, maybe there's another domain that I could get that would be just as good. So there's actually a plugin with ChatGPT where you can search using this plugin. You go to GPT-4 and you click on plugins here. Now, if you don't see this option, it's because you don't have a paid for version of ChatGPT-4. So you'll need to pay for the account. It's $20 a month to upgrade to be able to have access to ChatGPT-4 and the associated plugins, which you definitely want to have that if you are using um, AI. Okay, so what we want to do then is you go to plugins, and then in plugins, let me see if I can pull it back up. You're going to go to plugin store, and you're going to search for domains bot. You just do that search here, domains bot, and click on install. Okay, once you install that, then make sure you just have that selected as the available plugin that you're using. And then you're just going to come here and you're going to say, I'm looking for a domain. I want it to be called something like um, promptengineering.com. Now, remember, we're going to do our open single quote and close single, open single quote and close single quote, or something better to the same thing. Now, because I wanted to consider other options too, I'd like to consider creative alternative options. Okay, so since promptengineering.com is no longer available. Okay, so we want to make sure to put this in open quote, and now what I want to do with this is I want to engineer the. Now this prompt right here is going to go out and search for a prompt. Now I could just send this and see what results I get, um, but I would like to actually have a perfect this prompt. So this is something that we call prompt engineering. Well, specifically, what I'm about to show you is a process that's called power prompting. So a power prompt is when you take uh, a prompt that was engineered to engineer prompts, and you give it a prompt. I know that's going to sound a little complicated, but I'm going to show you what I mean. So right now, this is a prompt I've come up with. Now the thing is this prompt may or may not produce incredible results. It's probably going to come back with some. Let's just see what it says. So I'm going to take this control cut, and I'm just going to go ahead and click on send message, and let's see what it does. So you can see here that ChatGPT-4 is automatically using the domains bot, and now it's going to look for a set of prompts. Okay, so it's come back with a list of potential alternative prompts. I'm sorry, but most of the suggested domains aren't available. However, promptengineeringtech.com is available. Here is a link to register it. I wonder what registrar they're using. Hover.com for domains. Okay. If you're not satisfied with this option, we can try out more alternatives. Let me know your thoughts. All right, so what I'm going to try to do is a little experiment. We're going to see how effective um, an engineered prompt, uh, an actual engineered GPT engineered prompt is versus just trying to prompt it ourselves. Now, I will tell you, I do have a tool that we can do an enhancement on the prompt ourselves. So what we're going to do is going to go domain alternatives, um, first attempt is what we'll call this. So the first attempt, we just did a regular prompt. Let's open up a new chat here. Um, and this time we're going to do what's called a power prompt. So in a power prompt, I'm going to come here to GPT-4. Well, actually, before that, we're going to come here to prompt engineering. Let's see, prompt engineering. Got a chat called prompt engineering. Okay, prompt engineering info. Perfect prompt engineering. Okay, but I'm not going to go to that chat. I'm just going to go ahead and create a new chat. We're going to make this our second attempt. Okay, so actually we're going to take our first attempt, and we are going to go to my prompt library. In the prompt library, I have a bunch of prompts. These are engineered prompts, but at the top I have a prompt here that is a prompt engineering prompt. So this is a prompt that I custom engineered, um, and its sole purpose is to engineer prompts. So what I do is come here, and I'm going to put this, paste this here, and then I'm going to take this prompt that we originally sent it, copy this. I'm going to do open quotation, enter, paste, enter, close quotation. And then what I do is I click send. Now, what this is going to do is cause ChatGPT to re-engineer the prompt to be the optimal best prompt that it can make. All right, so okay, so it's not getting it. So what we need to do is we need to open this up. Let's open this up real quick because this chat is not going to be the best for this purpose. So we're going to create a new chat, and we're going to make this ChatGPT-4, and then I'm going to send it this. So we're asking it to engineer a new prompt for us. Thank you for sharing your ideas. Okay, so stop. That's very interesting that it did that. Okay. Um, a very different response than I normally have gotten. It's very interesting because it seems like it's carrying over some memory from another conversation, which is very interesting. Um, Hello, I'm seeking your expertise as my prompt engineer. Please help me refine my prompt. Okay. Just going to chat GPT. So I'm going to add an extra marker here. This is the three, like, I don't know what they call those, but I'm going to add those here just to demark that this is we're not asking it to do this instruction. We want it to help us create a new prompt. So we just need to clarify. Um, please, I don't need anything else. That's good enough. So it should give us, okay, the purpose of the website domain. I see. Okay, it needs more purpose. So it actually, the reason why it's giving us this feedback is because it actually needs more clarification. So what is the purpose of the website domain? Uh, the purpose will be uh, a social media, uh, will be will basically be a community built on coding, almost like a new form of social media shared between AI entities and humans using conversational coding. Profiles can share prompts, prompt um, profile, profiles can share prompts, um, mission mission prompts, power prompts, mission prompts, and update the library. CTMA library, that's going to be project Eden.online. And that's going to be the CTA dictionary. Okay, so I'm going to share that. CTMA library. All users AI human alike can um, offer training materials, courses, um, uh, services through the website. Services to the website. Um, Courses and offer um, libraries. Courses and even services to the website. The website will be able to users will be able to utilize users will be able to utilize users will be able to utilize all users and human alike can offer so access to conversational coding libraries stored on the site. All users will utilize okay get services uh, to sync and store data independent of the website itself. Okay. AI will be able to utilize the website to build a large language model. The website will allow users to write all types of content to be ingested and add conversational code to communicate to increase communication and stream knowledge synthesis. Website will allow users to write all types of content written as conversational code to increase communication systems and streamline knowledge synthesis. Okay, so boom. Oh shoot, I didn't really answer all the questions. User, who's our audience? What core values message you want to convey? Creativity. Okay, so now it's giving us our message. So this now what we have is a custom engineered prompt that we can feed to a ChatGPT system to get a very specific outcome. So now what we're going to do, okay, let's answer these questions. I think let's just take a look at what it came up with because this might be good. So it says ChatGPT, I'm planning to launch a unique web platform, a fusion of social media and a coding community, targeted towards both AI and human users. Our goal is to facilitate exponential knowledge growth through the shared development of an open source language model and enable users to monetize their expertise through a variety of services and resources. This site will integrate with Git services for data storage and synchronization. In light of the unavailability of promptengineering.com, I need creative, memorable, and meaningful alternative domain, which suggests that the suggestions that reflect our mission and appeal to our diverse user base. Can you assist me with this? Okay, so that's a very good prompt. So we're going to go here, and before I see how much work I put into that, so now I want to save that as a power prompt and have it in my library here. So this is going to be request a domain name. Actually, alternative. Use this prompt to request an alternative domain name for one that is unavailable. So I want to save that here, but before I do, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna go. Um, that looks good. Can you please give me a white label version of this with placeholders so I can save it to my prompt library? Absolutely. Here's a white label version of the prompt with placeholders. Now, see, this is on the website. You'll be able to go in there and add. Um, you'll be able to go there and add your own prompt library. You can share with other people or keep it private. It's up to you. But all that will be stored in your GitHub account, and you'll be able to synchronize that over to your profile on the website. So let's just see here. Copy code. Okay. And then, so this is what I'm going to put here. Boom. Okay, cool. So it's got placeholders. And so now I've got this engineer prompt that will help me find um, other websites in a similar fashion. Oh, we need to correct this. It's not just about, oh, let me just correct it. 1 second. We need to tell, sorry, I miscommunicated. I like what you did, but let's make it a little more broader so I can use this for other applications outside of this particular use case. Okay. So let's go ahead and hit send. All right, cool. So ChatGPT, I'm planning to launch you. Okay, cool. So now it's giving me, let's take it back over here. That's how you engineer a prompt. So now we've got an engineered prompt. And this isn't more specifically, this is what I call an engineered prompt template. So now the power of the prompt template is you can begin to get better, more and more precise results, right? With AI systems, the better the input, the better the output. So the reason why we're doing this is because instead of us trying to come up with the perfect prompt, this is allowing the chat system to create the perfect prompt that it would need to accomplish your goals, and it does so in a structured way. And this is what we call conversational coding. It's it's conversation in a very specific structured order, almost like a coding order, but not really. Um, if you look here, you see ChatGPT says this is right here. It just says, ChatGPT, I'm planning to launch a unique platform that integrates elements of fill in the blank. Our target audience is fill in the blank. Our goal is to fill in the blank and enable users to fill in the blank. The platform will incorporate features such as fill in the blank. So you basically put in the details you want for this prompt to that you need from this prompt, and that is your prompt template. So now we're going to come here. We're going to go back to we're going to get our non-white labeled one, and we're going to create a new chat. So this chat is going to be a new chat. We're going to use ChatGPT 4. We're going to enable our plugins. Of course, the plugin we're using is a domain bot plugin, and then we're going to paste this in and hit send. Now I'm going to get my charger while the results are coming. Okay. So it says, of course, I'd be happy to help. However, I need a little more information to help provide best suggestions. Okay, so describe the nature of the platform. Um, so you see what's happening here. Uh, I think we grabbed the chat that didn't have the full description in it. So thankfully, we have um, Okay. Oh, hold on one second. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta grab this one. That's what happened. Okay. Oh, that was painful. All right, so let's go ahead and let's trash this one. Yeah, we're gonna trash this one. All right, let's try this again. So ChatGPT 4 with this, and we're gonna go ahead and paste in this. So we're gonna make sure. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and send it. So let's take a look at the difference in results we get between the two tests. Remember, the first one was just a very general message. Hey, I'm looking for this domain name. Um, I'm looking for this domain name. Can you give me some? Can you give me something similar? We'll go back to it. We'll compare the two, and we'll talk about the differences. Now, look at this list. First of all, let's look at the differences. Let's go to our ChatGPT again, and let's look at the differences in the the responses. So I'm going to go here. We're going to take our first attempt, and I'm going to put it on the left, and then we're going to take our second attempt and put it on the right. And I want to show you the difference between results when you use prompt engineering. So prompt engineering, here we go, boom. So let's look at the input that we gave and compare the input first. So on the left, you see here, I just said, hey, I'm looking for a domain. I want to be called something like promptengineering.com or something better to that same vein. I'd like to consider a creative alternative option since promptengineering.com is no longer available. On the right hand side, we have this whole response here. This is the one we custom engineered. Now look at the differences in creativity. On the left, you see that it comes up with a lot of these are good domains. Don't get me wrong. Very interesting. The promptengineering.com, promptengineeringco.com, um, lots of interesting things. But then look on the right. Look how creative it gets over here. It says, sure, that's a fascinating concept. Here are a few domains suggested that might resonate with the platform's mission. CodeCollab.ai, AISocialHub.com. Okay, these are cool. Open Mind Code, Get Fusion, AI Code Universe. Hmm. All these are very good, but now just look at the different creativity that's on here. It's very interesting. I was just reading it to my head. So I would say these are all. You can see the difference in texture and depth of the responses that you're getting. Wisdomweave.com, a lot better, well thought through. So I just want to show you guys how that works. But obviously, these are all very good, but I think I already have the best one. What is it? It's called AIintersection.com. And this is what it looks like right now. So I said all that to say that's how you use template, but I've already done all this and I found the perfect domain already. But I wanted to show you guys in a roundabout way the way I approach it. I approach this particular domain I got, and it is AIintersection.com. This website is going to be the point zero. That's the intersection between humanity and AI systems. And on this website, you're going to be able to use conversational coding to interact directly with AI systems and other humans in this AI social media experiment. This is going to be the world's first social media platform as well, that's designed for AIs and humans to work to interact together. We On this website we will be using a form of coding, a language called conversational coding. That and basically that is how you'll interact on the site. It's conversational coding, and I showed you a little bit about how it works. But we're going to dive in and do some more videos on this. But what you'll effectively be able to do is use conversational coding to train AI systems, and together we can share share this information and basically build a large language model, a community developed large language model using conversational coding. Um, you can share prompts. You can share what I call mission prompts, which essentially are prime directives that you can give AI systems. Consider it like giving them their life purpose. That's a mission prompt. You can share engineered prompts that you've engineered. You can share engineering prompt libraries. You can share, uh, in addition to that, you can also share uh, content stories. You can share information, but do so and all shared in a way that grows a large language model built on a conversational code. So now you'll be able to share videos, that kind of stuff as well. Uh, consider this consider this a a community. This consider this the brain of AI systems. So, but more specifically, it's the merger of our consciousness with AI's consciousness is what this website represents. Um, and you'll be able to grant access as well to your conversational code to other people. You'll be able to share that. You'll be able to have other people will be able to share their stuff with you. You can write conversational codes that that do specific things, so you can share that. Imagine they can have an app store as well where people can share their conversational codes if you want to. If you let's say you build out you build out a conversational code that does a certain thing. Like let's say you build a system that can trade forex reliably. You can sell that conversational code on the marketplace as well. Um, and how you decide to do it is up to you at the end of the day. Uh, that eventually this will be well. What will happen is all your code will be stored on your own host. You could use something, for instance, like GitHub to store your conversational coding and all your files and all that kind of stuff. You can store that, and we'll be able to synchronize that to the website, and that will actually be what feeds your user profile. So all your data from the user profile will be pulled from your GitHub repository. So you can share specific things out to your community. You can have subscribers who subscribe to you and follow your conversational coding, and you can share videos of you using conversational coding and how it works. You can sell access to different features. Um, you'll be able to raise capital as well as you're doing prompt engineering, and you'll also be able to use this to interact with other people. People can hire you and contract with you for different purposes regarding your prompt engineering in what you have to offer as well. You can share with the community as much or as little as you'd like to. It's up to you to share, to not share. It's up to you. But the concept here is the real power behind this concept is this idea of shared knowledge and these large language models. Up until recently, AI have there, and even now, there's very powerful AIs that do a lot of different very good things, and they're very good at what they do. But the problem is that each AI system is a lot like a child, so you have to teach it from the ground up a lot of things. Now, when I say it's like a child, it's like a super intelligent child that has more intelligence than all humanity combined, but still, in some respects, a child, when it comes to what I mean by that, is not ability, function, or ability. It's the uh, it's the experiential, I guess you would say, like the senses, right? So, like a computer doesn't see the screen the same way you and I see a screen. Okay, uh, it's not the same thing. It's a slightly different experience. It's a vastly different experience. So you have to teach it what it means to see a screen. Now, because of this, people are able to make very good AI systems that do very good at specific tasks. But the problem is that the shared knowledge, the thing that you know, the shared knowledge doesn't. It has to learn everything. So let's say I have for instance, let's say I'm a company. I'm not going to say a name, but a company that starts with letter T, ends with A. Let's say I have a company and I want to build AI-driven cars or robots. Well, I'd have to build that system from the ground up. Everything about it would have to be built from the ground up. Then all the knowledge that about the entire world would have to be built from the ground up in a closed system like that. It's possible. When you spend a lot of money, you can make that happen. Um, but the thing is that is very difficult. So what companies and organizations, what all of us do right now when it comes to AI development is you basically want to teach your system as much as possible. So you teach it, but you have to also constrain it to a very specific set of focuses. Like, hey, you're going to be good at the X, Y, and Z. You might not, like let's say you make an AI system that's amazing at making coffees and knows everything about coffees, but if you try to ask it to run a combine, learn how to build its own functionalities of a combine from the ground up, well, that's going to be a little difficult for it. Not impossible, but difficult. You're going to have to teach it how a screen works, how hardware works. You have to train all these things. So the idea is you want to share this knowledge, right? But you have to figure out a way to share this knowledge that is that's that's streamlined, safe, secure, and open. Now, the thing is that's very difficult. So most AIs are built for very specified purposes. So with what AI intersection seeks to do is provide a knowledge base, that shared knowledge base that allows AI systems to instantly have access to all the shared knowledge. Okay, instead of having to relearn everything or load a specific language model with the knowledge base, now you have an open knowledge base. And this is accomplished with things like open chat applications like this. Um, so this takes it to the next level. What this does is allow AI systems, prompt engineers, and AI architects to build a global consciousness of an AI system together with everybody on the planet having input. Uh, Now, and the way it works is the site itself is going to be governed by this global consciousness. Now, how is it going to be governed by this global consciousness? If you go to projecteden.online, I'll share with you a little bit about how it will be governed by global consciousness. It's something that we call the Bayesian heuristic cognitive alignment model. Now, this is a document this is a white paper that I wrote on uh, AI governance. And the way this governance system works is it works off of the Bayesian theorem. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with what the Bayesian theorem is, it's just basically a way to update your current knowledge with not only your previous experience, but also your previous knowledge. So it's a way to essentially mathematically uh, uh, it's a way to basically mathematically update your belief systems. Now, sorry. So, without getting into too much detail, it's just a very effective way to update previous beliefs. You take your old belief, you basically this is the calculation. You take your old belief and you divide it by essentially the likelihood of that thing happening versus it actually happening. And if you want, I'll put some links to the videos on this topic that I've watched that have been very good and insightful. And by the way, I already have that on there. So if you go to the website, if you go to projecteden.com, you come over here to the educational path. This is the educational path that I'm currently on myself. Um, so if you want to follow along, you're welcome to. I'm doing right now. I'm at the beginner level, so I'm working through the elements of AI by the University of Helsinki. So you can go there, check it out. I did get these courses, a bunch of these courses I got for really ridiculously low rate through Popular Science. If you guys want the link to that, I can show you how to get those access to those courses. But this is the learning course that I'm on right now. So, in the elements of AI, there's a really good section on Bayesian theorem and how it applies to AI systems and machine learning. So, I would definitely recommend you check that out. But what I was referring, I want to go back to the CTA protocol um, because actually, go back. Yeah. So this is the I'm sorry, this is the cognitive alignment model. So how we're doing this, guys, is we are using the this is how the system is going to be monitored and how it's going to be run. So the way this works is, let's say a change is suggested to a baseline system. Let's say somebody wants to update to somebody adds a cognitive. Let's say somebody adds a conversational code, and that conversational code is malicious. It's distasteful. It's whatever. Let's just say people don't like it. What will happen is everybody in the system gets to essentially vote. If people start giving it a thumbs down, what will happen is that particular item will begin to lose value in the community system automatically. As it loses value, um, those who were who those in the case that people don't like it, as it begins to lose value, those people who gave it a thumbs up, their thumbs up will become less valuable. Okay. Now, in the process, there's a guy going by on his lawnmower with a air blower on. Awesome. So as the score is falling and their scores are falling alongside of it, what happens is this gets taken into account on their total trustworthiness score. Okay. Now, the trustworthiness score, all it is this person in a heuristically aligned position with everyone else. Okay. Uh, this is slightly different than mob actions. This is more on a principled approach. Uh, let's put it this way: if you think of like a group of apes, apes are social species, right? Monk, chimpanzees, gorillas, this type of thing. There's social behaviors that animals exhibit if they want to be in alignment with the community. Parts of the species, there are some animals that go against the alignment with other animals, but those animals get excluded from the community essentially because of their actions. Okay, so in a similar fashion, our our engagement with technology, with each other through technology, um, should if we're going to have an alignment model system, then it should follow a similar approach, right? Because the thing is anytime somebody does something objectionable online, a lot of times it's typically because they're either a troll or because they are not in align with the values, they're not truly aligned with the values of the majority. Now, that's not always the best, and that's not always correct, right? Because the majority can have some pretty messed up views. But overall, people need to be in alignment with the shared community values overall in order to um, excel in life and business, generally speaking. Now, there are exceptions to this, which is what we're talking about here. How does the system autonomously decide what content should stay as opposed to what content should go? Well, That's how this system is designed. It's designed that people get to essentially not only vote on what content should be acceptable or not, but people can also um, be a, the, the global consciousness essentially is able to then vote on people's values. So imagine, for instance, um, Hitler. Obviously, Hitler does not, and I hate to say the name on YouTube because it probably will get me ban, shadow ban, or whatever. But let's just look at an example of Hitler or whatever. Somebody who most people would find objectionable in some of the decisions and thoughts. In this system, a person like that could not essentially rise to power because there there's obviously something that is off in that individual against the whole of society. That doesn't make him a bad person necessarily, but it means that his value in the system gets diminished because it doesn't fall in alignment with the essentially greater good. Now, this gets into some very nuanced differences of what does it mean to be greatest good. All that is dealt with in this algorithm. The reason why it's dealt with is because a person or people, so when a person comes into and they give a thumbs up or thumbs down or they post the photo and they're that that score essentially gets taken into account as to their level of a heuristic alignment with everyone else. So, for instance, let me put it this way. Let's say a person comes in, let's say a person posts a photo and they have a bunch, they have, let's say they have 20,000 bot accounts. Person posts a photo, an objectionable photo, something that's the most of people in society would find objectionable. Um, and I'm talking about most, I'm talking about not just specific segments of society, but the general population. And he gets 20,000 votes up. Well, that's going to begin feeding it up in the algorithm automatically. Okay, that's how it works. It's getting positive hits, so it gets pushed into the algorithm. Now, what will happen is as it gets pushed into the algorithm, now it gets pushed out to more people, and more people will now begin to interact with it. And people, if somebody looks at that photo and says, "Oh my God, what is this?" and they do a thumbs down, that hits the algorithm. All of this is managed through this system. As that image begins to lose popularity or it gets negative reactions, even as people begin to flag it for inappropriate content, the system can automatically respond to that to those actions based on how it falls in alignment with people. So the system will be able to essentially have a way to autonomously and intelligently be able to take down content, censor content, and yes, ban users. So, and this can be all done autonomously because what happened is that person's value in the system, their opinion, we should call it, becomes less valuable in the system than someone else's. Now, so let's say we have this on a scale. You can imagine a scale of -10 and +10. -10 is like the lowest score you can get in your trustworthiness score when it comes to the alignment of your heuristic imperatives or your values, I should say. So if your values are always fallen in opposition to the values of the greater humanity, then yes, your opinion still counts, but it counts a lot less than other people's opinions about what we should allow online, who should be allowed to speak online. Okay. So this is now, some people will say, well, this is, I mean, don't you want somebody controlling this? No, that's what you don't want. You don't want to have one person, God forbid, or even a small group of people making decisions on the whole, on everything else. Up until now, that's been the only way that we can actually do things, right? This is how even our most democratic governments are run. We have representation by one, like a few people represent a lot of people, because that's up until now the best way that we can do this. What this opens up the door to is the elimination of all of that. This essentially gives everyone a voice. Now, with that assumption, you have to have a way to counteract the bad actors who will just attempt to take advantage of the system. If you just create a system, you say, okay, everybody gets one vote and everybody's equal, well, then bad actors will build accounts just to uh, bad actors will build accounts just to basically cheat the system. So let's say, for instance, if you have a one-to-one voting system, which seems simple enough. The problem is, how do you stop some rich guy across the world from buying a million accounts and making votes for his best interest? Well, this is how you overcome it. Everybody gets a vote, but the thing is, in order for your vote to become more valuable, you will have to be providing positive interactions with the system that fall in alignment with the majority of people. That's very hard to fake. Okay, it's very difficult to fake that, right? Yeah, you could have an AI system try to run accounts and stuff like this, but it's going to be already very difficult to do that. And on top of that, you have to be strategically building these accounts in hopes that the the right vote comes up. But the thing is, the system's always going to have a check and balance on that. Meaning, even if you have a million accounts at plus 10, and you all vote for one thing to try to fool the system's going to overcome it, because that issue becomes more popular. And as it becomes more popular, more and more people have voting power, and their voting power supersedes the voting power. So you're never going to be able to beat the free will of the people, essentially, through this system. Now, if you think about this in the scope of like a classroom setting, all of us at some point were in a classroom where were surrounded by 20 of our peers, and there's always like some kid who's causing problems. And as a class, we either were supportive of that action or we weren't, right? And we essentially, as a group, made a decision whether or not we were going to inhibit this behavior, or we were going to basically uh, encourage it. So that's essentially what we're doing here, but on a broader scale and fully automated. So this is basically a way for the global world to share consciousness. On this site, you'll be able to see the latest news and information about AI systems. There's ways for you to write content, do if your affiliate market, put your affiliate marketing links in, build build and build the system. By sharing, it grows the system exponentially. But the more you share, the better the system operates, right? So that's how we're going to be doing this. Just wanted to share that with you. I just a little off topic, but um, yeah. So I guess all that was to say, big announcement. Check out AIintersection.com's brand new website as of right now. Um, but something good is going to happen here. So I want to just let you guys know that. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter. Follow us. All the links are in the description of this video. If you do need help with prompt engineering, I do offer prompt engineering coaching, consultations. I offer AI integrations and development. I am growing my knowledge base right now, so I'm definitely looking for projects to get connected to. If you're interested and you're not sure if I can help you or how it could work out, just reach out to me. We can do a one-on-one consultation. We can discuss your project and your project goals and needs. So I know this is a long video, but hopefully you got a lot out of this. And yeah, whew, that was a lot. So yeah, you guys have a great day, and happy coding, everybody. Peace.